and welcome back to another episode of our show. I'm here with two amazing leaders. They're a power couple within Transamerica Financial Advisors, Mimi and Tavarus Dove. They are $250,000 ring earners. They are executive marketing directors, and I like to watch videos of them. They're always inspiring. They're leading. They're pushing. They're do-it-first leaders, and they are people that I look up to personally. And I just try to follow their example in some way, shape, or form because they work really hard. And so I wanted to have them on the show, ask them a couple of questions, pick their brain, and thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you, Brittany.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of course. So I just have a couple questions for you. The first thing I want to know is, when you get home, what's the first thing that you want to get done?
Gotcha. Well, for me, should I do ladies first or?
No, you go first.
You sure?
You take the lead.
Cool. All right. Well, first thing for me, first and foremost, is having a standard that everyone could rise up to. I believe when you have a standard and you create a culture, our goal is to compete to be number one, not for the sake of saying, hey, we want to be number one.
Right.
But it's because we believe our family deserves the best. You know what I mean? Like, if someone else's family deserves a certain lifestyle, our family does too.
I love
and
that.
Our team deserves to have that recognition as well. So it's like, hey, we're all biased to our own individual teams, but we feel that everyone deserves to have that recognition. They deserve to have that stage time. They deserve to have that feeling of fulfillment and excitement in their lives. And so, number one, that standard, and then number two, setting the personal example. The best training you can have is what you do on an individual basis, and not only just in the business, but in your family life. Being a great husband, being a great father, being all in your life, not just in one area. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Being consistent with who you are at work.
You got it.
The same person at home.
Yeah.
I like that. I get that.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, I'm super excited because, coming to Vegas, I was on mommy mode. So I was at home with the kids. And as soon as we get back from Vegas, the kids will be going back to school so I can get back to the office. And I'm super excited about that. And with Vegas, you just learn so much. And I think one of the key things that I really want to take back and implement is just being a better leader, being more of a servant and helping my teammates get to that next level, and just being there for them. And we learned so much this convention being here, and you hear from so many great leaders, and there's just so many great nuggets. And when I hear them speak and I see what they embody and their characteristics, and I was like, man, like I can see myself on stage. I know Tavarus and I have what it takes, and I'm just super excited because it just lights a fire within me that's like, we know we can do it. And we 100% believe that, hey, next year we're going to be on stage, and I'm just ready to go out there and just kick some butt, put some numbers on the board. But most importantly is, not only are we going to achieve our goals and our dreams and, have the lifestyle that we want, but we can't help to help so many of our teammates achieve that same thing, because I truly believe that we have one of the best opportunities out there in all the entire business platforms. WFG has one of the best platforms, and I know there are a lot of businesses out there that can make really good money. We're not saying you can only make money here and nowhere else, but I'm saying but outside of the business platform, but what we do in servicing families and helping them with financial education, you can make money selling coffee and lotions and potions, but what satisfaction do you really get? How do you really feel like you serve the community by doing so? And what we do here, we completely change people's lives with our product services. We completely change people's lives with our business platform. And I want to be that person that really takes this to the next level into the community and impact other people's lives and just change their lives as a whole. And I'm just so excited to go back and just put 100% into our business and helping people. That's my main thing.
Awesome. My goodness. All right. Okay, so next question. What advice do you have for people? And I know we're at convention, so you've been giving advice all day, I know, but just one more time. What advice would you give to people coming out of this convention?
Gotcha. Well, first and foremost, there was a common theme with everyone. Everyone had to go through a struggle. You find strength in the struggle. And be prepared for that. Nothing comes great without hard work. Nothing comes great without adversity. And so there's being prepared to know, number one, that you deserve it, and that you believe that it's possible for you. We know the company's doing great. We know there's a lot of people who've been successful, but are you willing to go through that process? really leads to being involved or maybe even a transformation is there's a caterpillar in every butterfly, or there's a caterpillar in every butterfly. They just don't know until they go through the cocoon. That pressure and that fluid to actually bring about your wings and have the finished product.
Yeah.
And that's the first and foremost is just believe, because, you know, as Raja Dhaliwal said, when you dig deep internally, you know, externally everything shows about. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, I like that. How about you?
Well, see, you took some of my stuff. That's not fair. But, you know, and I agree with Tavarus when we're saying it all starts with belief. But, you know, you believe in this company. Like I said earlier, it's 100% hands down one of the best companies. The platform, the credibility, what we have here with Aegon, Transamerica, WFG, revolutionizing the financial industry, having the financial backing, working with the top platinum providers in the entire industry with all the companies we work with. So just having belief in the company. Stop wondering, is this for real? Is this a pyramid? Is this a multi-level? Is it networking? You know, stop wondering, you know, is this legit? It is.
How many
like,
people have to go across stage for you to
they're making money, right? Like, what are you still questioning? I don't understand, right?
The checks are real.
I mean, the
checks are real.
The money is real. We're using it. So, hey, you know,
exactly.
so just believe that the opportunity is real. Number two is just believe in your leadership. You know, the one best thing I love about this company is we truly have that model where we can't get to the next level unless we help other people get to the next level. And I love that because it forces you to be a selfless leader where you have to completely invest your time, your energy into the people that you want to help win. And you get rewarded by how many people you help win. And I love that because that's the type of company I want to win in, is that you're measured on your success by how many people you're able to help win in life and in business. And that's a great measurement for success. No better measurement than that is how many people can you help win also. And then, of course, at the end is believe in yourself. You know, just like Tavarus says, you have to believe in you, because I think a lot of times, you know, you can believe in the company, you can believe in your leadership, but if you don't believe in yourself, you can't move.
Right.
You know, you have to take action, because at the end of the day, all the logic, all the knowledge, everything is there, you know, but if you don't believe in yourself enough to take action, then you'll never achieve anything. So believe in yourself enough to take action so that way you can, because you are deserving. And I believe God made everybody to live a blessed life. And, you know, so many leaders said before is like, hey, you're going to meet the you that you're supposed to be one day when you go to heaven. And do you want to meet that person that you maxed out and you achieved everything God has for you with all the blessings, or you want to go up there and meet the person you're supposed to be, you know, and see all the things you missed out? Like, are you going to max out your life? And I just want people to understand, like, hey, you know, everybody has it. You just got to believe in yourself to unlock it within you so that way you can, you know, achieve all that. So I just want people to say, hey, believe in yourself. You know you can do it.
You know what, too, though? You know, sometimes people wonder, well, how do you build belief? And everything starts with a seed. Everything grows. You know, an apple tree doesn't come unless you plant a seed, right? Everything starts with a seed, and the seed could be a thought. A seed could be a word that, hey, you know, I am confident, I am amazing, I do deserve it. But then that seed has to be watered and nurtured. It needs, you know, it needs attention, right? Whether it's sunlight, and the sunlight comes from surrounding yourself with people who are going to be just as positive, who support with that belief that you put in yourself. Does that make sense? When you plant that seed and then constantly telling yourself, and then being around an environment, which WFG's done a fantastic job of creating an environment of people who are like family like oriented, but yet they care about you going to another level. And that's a big thing. So just in case people are wondering, how do you build that belief? That's how it starts.
And then do you find that when you have that belief, you tend to come across the right people that you need. You tend to come across things that reinforce that belief that you've been building.
Because we're all magnetic, to be honest with you. And, you know, you ever hear about, you know, you're thinking about somebody, you know, really hard, and all of a sudden they give you a call and say, oh, I was just thinking about you. Well, is that a quidinky-dink, or did it just happen to work out that way, right? And it's something, these minds that we have is so awesome. This, you know, this being in this human body, we tend to attract what we think about. You know, and that's why you hear about the book Think and Grow Rich, right? So it's pretty cool, this machine we call the human mind, which can attract what we want and really who we want in our life.
Right.
You know how it is. You know, it's like you pray for rain, but then you don't show up with an umbrella.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
oh, you ask for, or people ask for a job, but they don't want to fill out an application. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
right.
like, oh, hey, I want to build my business, but you don't make any phone calls. Like, you know, so you can have the faith, but you don't just say, hey, I believe I'm going to be this, and then you go eat a sandwich. It doesn't really work that way.
Right. Are
you got to
really
put it forth.
preparing?
You got
Right.
it.
Are you
got
really
it.
preparing to win?
It
So
makes sense.
That's awesome. Thank you. Those are great answers. I love that. Okay. So my last question is, what is your favorite thing, or many things, or one thing, whatever, about BSC Pro? It's kind of a two-part question, and why? And then, actually, I'll ask this first. As a couple, maybe, how has BSC Pro helped you maybe kind of relate to him, or at least relay information that you guys need as a couple, because often you're not in the same place at the same time. Rarely during a work day. So how has that helped you?
Well, BSC Pro, first of all, has made me more attractive. I just look so much better because of BSC Pro. And you know what I mean? Like, you know, because BSC Pro helps your income go up, and when your income goes up, you naturally look better. So every Tuesday when Mimi comes and she kisses me on my cheek, and she's like, honey, you look so good. And I'm like, oh, I do, don't I, huh? Right? And I'm like, yeah, she's kissing on me like, honey, you look good. And then I check the calendar. I'm like, oh, today's Tuesday, right? And then it's like, oh, and then a couple days later, we have like a 3-day cycle. And then, you know, Thursday, Wednesday, I'm okay. Thursday, you all right. And then Friday comes around. And then all of a sudden she starts it again. And she touched that ear. And, you know, my hair stands up a little bit. And I don't even have hair. So, you know what I mean? So my hair stands up a little bit. And all of a sudden, like, honey, you look so good. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Friday. Another payday. So it's like BSC Pros work wonders in our marriage. So, but you know what, I'm so grateful for BSC Pro. I have no idea really what they do on the back end. I know that they're handling our operations. It's effective with handling the overall management and the operations of the business to make sure clients are being properly served, new associates are being properly put through our system. I do understand that part. I've never actually worked with the software, if you will, but I know Mimi and our staff have done that. They've told me they've loved it. They've been elated about everything that it's added. The value, it's saved time, it's made things easier, more efficient, which is always great for business. And then also, too, for you to have more time to do other things as well. So that alone, I've seen smiles on their faces, which in turn makes me happy, knowing that, you know, I can look a little bit more attractive to her every Tuesday and Friday. So I'll give that back to Mimi.
So for those of you who don't know, the way our system works is you get paid 40% upon submitting, and then you get 60% of your advance upon delivery of the policy. So what BC Pro does for you is help you get your 60% a lot quicker, which then makes him a lot more attractive. Just so you guys know how that works. Because it helps with the back office support of really following up on your business and making sure it makes the transition so much easier, especially with Transamerica and Transact with your IULs and your terms, is that it's a platform where, and I love how you guys created the hyperlink, because you just click on the hyperlink, it goes straight to your Transact. You can see the policy, you see all the information that you need. So when you're making that phone call, you're not flipping through, searching through, and say, hey, where's that policy? So that way when they're asking questions, it makes it so much easier. Then you can add notes. So I have a couple assistants that work with me. So as each one of us adds, you can see who added what note at what time, what day, and it just makes it easier. So that way we're keeping track of it, and that way it makes the follow-up process so much quicker. The underwriting goes through a lot faster, which then makes us get paid a lot quicker. Another thing I love about BC Pro is I love Brittany and Derek. I mean, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
For me, customer service is everything. Like Tavarus and I,
me too.
a lot of times we do business just purely off of customer service. We like somebody, the salesperson, they give us good service, and it might be a little bit more expensive, or, you know, the product, whatever, but we love customer service. I think that always supersedes anything else, because then there's growth. Does that make sense? And anytime we've ever commented or needed a question answered, you guys are so prompt, and you're always so helpful, and you're like on it right away. You're helpful. You come up with solutions, and I love people who are solution oriented. It's like, hey, this is not working for me. Like, hey, how can you help this? And you guys do it. Like, you deliver. And I love that, because then I know you have the potential to keep growing, keep moving forward, and you know, it's a growing process together, and you're collaborative. You listen to what people need, and you respect it, and then you go and you try to deliver something that helps them with what they need, and I love that about it. Also now with us moving to digital age, trying to get out of the paper, we're also going to start using BSC Pro into our BPM guest sign-in, even associate sign-in. So like even with like Elite Circle, there's a sign-in where associates can do, and it's timestamped, so that way they can't argue. I did or I didn't, you know, sign in, what time did I sit in, because when you come in, you need to click signed in, check in. So if you didn't, that's on you. There's no human error to it. Nobody miscounted. It's there. If you didn't click it, that's on you, right? And there's a timestamp. So you know, sometimes people try to write above the line, you know, when it's already marked. So there's no more into that. You know, nobody has to be the mean person that drew the line. You know, didn't let you finish. Like, hey, it's there. So I love that to incorporate, because you know, now in the modern day age, you know, you want to get out the paper and get all that. So being able to incorporate BSC Pro into our guest sign-in, so that way they can log in their emails and their phone numbers, and now we have a database, and we can send out stuff to our guests who did or didn't show. And then for our associates, make that much easier, and just streamlining things, so that way we have that on the internet versus having a bunch of papers in the office that honestly gets lost or misplaced or just wasting a lot of space in the office. So I love that. I'm excited. You know, we were able to use you guys for transformation with Levitan for that.
That was so much fun.
That was so easy. I was like, one of the easiest registrations ever.
I mean,
glad. You guys made it so smooth. It was so quick. The transfer of tickets was super easy. I mean, and I love that. So I'm excited that when Tavarus and I start using our wealth bowls, or even for smaller events like women's event and everything, that we can start using that platform for our own events at our own office. And I think it just makes it so much easier. Again, in this modern day age, you got to get away from paper, you know, and you want to make things a little bit more streamlined with electronics and be able to do that. And you have an app where you can do it on your iPad. You can have a touchscreen desktop and do from there. So it's very versatile, and I love that about it. So there's a lot of different uses. I know you guys have the prospecting list too, where you start adding prospects on there. So we're excited to get back into the game and getting used to it. You know, so the initial transition, it's a little difficult because you're not used to it and then getting it on. But once it's really full blown, like now we're on Transact and everything, it's so much easier once you get over the hump of the initial fear of getting something new.
It's making the change. And we've gone through it. We go through it with every big leader. And the bigger the leader is, the tougher it is to course correct that ship a little bit. But the faster, like I've noticed just with teams like you guys that are just trying to, you're getting on social media, you're trying to course correct as quickly as possible, instead of waiting 10 years and then going, man, I wish we would have done this faster. I'm doing so much extra manual work when we could have just done this 10 years ago. We would have hit $1 million a lot faster. So I'm thank you guys for just acknowledging and using it. I'm glad that it's working for you, because I'm so passionate about it. Not necessarily admin. I'm not passionate about admin, but I'm passionate about WFG, and this is where my friends are. This is where my family is, and if I can help you guys do what you do the best, that's why we're here. So you can keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, that makes me so happy. Thank you guys for sharing all that.
Oh, no problem. It's our pleasure.
So, okay, one quick thing, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay. We're going to do a little word association game. So I'm just going to throw out some words. Okay. Okay? And I'll throw out some words, and then you just say the first thing that comes to your mind. All right?
Okay. So if I don't play well, that I just display it. So okay, good.
It's all right. Okay, builder.
Me.
Oh, they both said the same thing.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Need to get better.
Yeah, you need to get better. Yeah.
I like that. Organized.
Not me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm better than that, but not me. Yeah.
Base.
Base.
Get bigger.
Get bigger, yeah.
Okay. Dream.
Everything.
Gotta accomplish.
Everything.
All right. Paperwork.
Hate it.
Love it. Success.
We got it.
We got it. Yeah, but
we gotta get it.
Yeah, but also too, when I look at success, I just believe success comes from knowing why you're here, and so when I hear success, I think purpose.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Love.
Mimi.
Unconditional.
Yeah, everything. This woman showed me the love of God when I met her. So when I say Mimi, people may not understand it if they don't know her. But if you can think about what unconditional love, if you can imagine what unconditional love, if you ever felt unconditional love, my wife is the epitome of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is a good round. Leaders.
So many in WFG.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's 3 in my head: Raja Dhaliwal, Jeff Levitan, and Rich Thali.
Ooh, I like it. I'll take it. Faith.
Greg Kapp.
Period.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Evolved.
Excited.
Possibilities, growth, fulfillment.
I like it. And then finish this phrase. The future is.
Ours.
You guys are in sync. Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
you guys. I appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
You guys are awesome. We're always rooting for you. We're
Yes,
here
ma'am.
for you. And we're going to do this again soon. So
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you. Thank
Well,
you
thank
so much.
you.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching.